Hello and welcome to We Are Crafted in His Image. I am so glad to be back today. We are starting a new round of Coco and Crafts, and today we are working with the Gorgeous Leaves stamp set. And since this is our very first one, our first project in the kit, I wanted to show you what came in your kit this month. Of course, you get the Gorgeous Leaves stamp set, the 4 projects that we're going to do, all of your pieces and parts cut and ready to go. I'm gonna move that out of the way. Some chocolate for you to enjoy or to put in the little treat box we're going to make later on this month. Then these here, the Stampin' Spritzers, were actually not in your kit right now. I forgot to order them, but they are on their way, and I will get them to you as soon as they get here, but we won't need them until projects 3 and 4, so they should be here in plenty of time for us to use them. But you will have 2 of these, they're on their way. And then you have 4 inkers. We have Cajun Craze, Mossy Meadow, Cherry Cobbler, and Bumblebee. So let's get started with our first project. We're going to need our Gorgeous Leaves. Now there are a few things you're going to need that were not included in the kit. First thing is going to be baby wipes or a damp paper towel. So I'm going to grab one of my baby wipes out of here, and I'm probably actually going to need to add some water to this because it is kind of dried at this point. You're also going to need a paper trimmer or a pair of scissors. Paper snips will work, but paper trimmer obviously will give you straighter lines. And then you're also going to need something to set this on that is waterproof. You could actually use your stamp case if you wanted. I'm going to grab one of my larger blocks and set this on my block so that I have a waterproof surface to set it on. And because, like I said, mine is kind of dry, I'm going to add a bit of water to dampen that up a bit. There we go. It'll just allow my re-inker to flow a little better on there and give me some more blended colors. So we're going to start with our first project. We're going to make this card here, and we're going to go ahead and get started. We are going to make our own ink pad so that we can get this multicolored look on our leaves. So before we do the leaf though, I want to do this like splatter color on the background. I don't know if you can see it on here. Let me hold that up, see if it'll focus. Yep. There we go. And you see the little splatters. They're not the whole entire splatter. There's just like little bits of it. So I'm going to show you how I did that because I didn't want, these just seemed kind of large and excessive for what I wanted. So let me show you what I'm going to do. First, let me clean this off. I have some fuzz on there from the baby wipe. That is the only downfall to using a baby wipe or the paper towel. You may end up with some fuzz on your stamp and you're going to need to pull that off, which is where this comes in handy. It helps kind of get those little fibers off of your stamp. So what I'm going to do, I just want to use the Bumblebee right now. So I'm going to take the Bumblebee and just put a few drops kind of close together but not necessarily touching on my project. And one of these I'm going to spread out a little bit and make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And I will spritz a little bit of water. My Bumblebee seems to be very, very thick compared to the others. The others will spread as soon as they touch, but the Bumblebee on mine seems to be a little thick. And now, looking at it, I think I want another drop or 2 over here, and maybe one over here, maybe a bigger one. And again, I'm just going to add a little bit of water to get that to spread out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of tap so that I'm getting ink in some of the dots but not on all of the dots. Does that make sense? I guess I ought to get my paper out so you can see what we're doing. Oh my word, my brain. Okay, kit number 1, grab that out of there. You are going to have, I got so excited about doing this that I totally forgot to get out the parts we need. You have your card base. 2 of those. You have in your envelope, you have some of these already cut out. You have 6 of them, but I didn't have enough of this color, so I'm going to use some of this different color on my other one. And one of your envelopes also, it has your twine and your brushed metallic dots. So we're going to need this. We're going to need this to stamp. This is the one I'm looking for. The smaller of your white rectangles in the kit. You have some larger ones, we'll use those in a minute, smaller ones, and then of course your envelopes that you're going to want to stamp. Let me move this out of the way. All right, now back to stamping. I have the parts I need to stamp on. There we go. And I'm gonna grab some scrap paper so my background doesn't get too mangled. And I'm just gonna stamp. But see how doing this you get variations? You get some darker spaces and some lighter. And it looks very random and more splattered. Does that make sense? Let's do this one. I'm gonna do probably the same general areas. Maybe a little bit down here, a little bit up there. I don't even know if this color is showing. If you got, can you even see those? There you go. Maybe. Will it focus? It doesn't want to focus on that. Let me put my hand there. There we go. See how you got the different shades of yellow and it's not a complete solid stamp. There's a few here and there. Okay. So now what I want to do, I think I need a little bit more in this corner. That's good. Okay, so I think I'm done. No, I may actually, let me set that over here and let me grab my envelope. I'm going to add a little bit of this same stamp in this corner. Maybe just one here and one there. Same thing over here. Go 1 and 2. That's not very dark. There we go. Okay. Now I think I'm done with this stamp, so I'll set that aside. And then what I'm going to do next is use, you can use any of these 3 leaves that you want. You can use all 3 of them for that matter. I'm just going to use this one. And I need a block. And now what I need to do is add some more colors onto here, and I want them to be about the size of my stamp. So I'm going to start with some green. And put some up in here, and a little dot there, a little dot, maybe a bigger dot. Maybe spread that out there. Some of my cherry cobbler, which actually this one is almost empty. I may have to get out a new one. Look at how that cherry cobbler spreads out. There we go. And then some Cajun craze. No, terracotta. Yeah, Cajun craze. It is Cajun craze. Put some here. Let's see, I need to go maybe down. And then I am going to add a little bit more of the yellow in the areas where I have the yellow. Just to add a little more ink on there. And then once again, I'm just going to go ahead and spritz. Apparently one of my lids has ink all over the lid. And it's all over my fingers now. I'm going to have to check which one that is. It's making a mess. Okay. So now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my envelope while I have this handy. And then what I like to do is I like to take it and then tap down and kind of move it in a tiny, tiny little circle. But you don't want to like go all over the place because you're going to end up with mud. But you also don't want to just go down in one spot because then you'll have like splotches. Let's see how this comes out. Ooh, I like it. So there's that one. I think I might need a little bit more color right in this area right here. So let me add a little bit more of this cherry cobbler up in here. And let's try stamping this next one. Oh yeah, that's good. I like it. Okay, so those 2 are done. Set those aside. Let me grab these, and I'm going to do about 3 leaves on each of these. First one, let's go here. Second one, maybe like that. Ooh, I might do more than 3. I'm thinking here. I'm adding a few more than what my original one had on this one. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, this one though, I'll try to stick with just 3. So let me start with the bottom one. 1, 2, and the third one is going to be coming down right here. There we go. It looks like it needs, oh, because I put my ribbon here, so it was fine. Looked like it needed something there, but I think we're good. And then on the inside, these are the larger of your white rectangles. On the inside, I'm just going to put a little leaf. Actually, this is a big leaf, isn't it? Maybe like it's falling down in the bottom corner like that. Whoops. And then debating if I want to do the same thing on this one or not. Guess it doesn't matter which corner I put it in, huh? There we go. Okay, I think that is all the stamping we have to do on this project. So I'm gonna put this aside over here, get it out of the way, move these out of the way so we can start putting our card together. So the first thing we're gonna do is, I'm gonna let that dry for a second. We need to cut these up. So if I remember correctly, I need a ruler. I need a ruler. One and a half inches even. Yes. Okay. So grab my paper cutter, my paper trimmer here. Come on, up you go. And I'm gonna cut at 1.5 inches. Actually, what I can do, which is here, is go 3 inches. Push that out of the way. And then go to the 1.5 inch right here. Okay, so there's those two. There's one. And we're going to do the same thing on this one. So 3 inch. And 1.5. Alright, so trimming is done. And now let's assemble. So we have our card bases. I'm going to give them a fold, burnish it, give this one a fold, there we go. So those two are burnished. And then you have a piece of old olive. We're going to adhere on this side, basically with an even border on all these 3 sides. All right, just like that. So let me grab my Stampin' Seal. Two and 3. And then even on those 3 sides, put it down, even on the 3 sides. Oh, I just did that wrong. It was supposed to be on this side of the card, on the opening side. Well, let's see if I can get one of them off. Maybe, maybe, yes, yes. Nice. Nice. Alright, now I don't know if you see there's some adhesive on here. If I take my hands, I can generally be able to wipe that off because I didn't push really hard yet. I didn't really adhere that down. Okay, so now let me flip that over. Let me make sure, am I doing it right? Yes, yes, that's the opening side. Opening side. Make sure I still have enough adhesive on here. I might throw some more on there just in case. Okay. And now stick that down again on the correct side and then burnish it down. Let's see if I can get this one off. You know what? I'm going to do this one opposite of this one. Easy peasy. Okay, so now I got these out of order. Help. Help. Oh, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. There's the end. I see it. This one, and then no, yes, no. Where does this go? Okay, how did I get that mixed up? Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay, so there's that one. This one I kept in order. Alright, this is the opening side. Let me turn this around. And I had this one going on this side. So what I'm going to do this slightly different. I need to put dimensionals on the back of these. I think on this one I do like the original, and I want my twine to go underneath this side. So I want to make sure when I put my dimensionals, I only put them over here. So I'm going to flip these over like this. There we go. Grab some dimensionals. Whoops, throw them on the floor. Some of these are cut in half. I'll use those. Some of them are not. There we go. Check in, make sure you're still recording. So far, so good. Okay, for time's sake, I'm gonna just stick these on. Okay, so there's those. And I'm going to do the same thing on this time, but this time I think I'm going to have it go on this same side, but it's going to look a little bit different. Flip those over. Oh, I hope you didn't hear that. My stomach just growled. It is about dinner time. I guess I better hurry up. Three and 4, last one. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is go ahead and take the dimensionals, or take the backings off my dimensionals. And then I want to adhere them so that there's a bit of a border on that side. That's what I'm going to do on this one. And actually what I'm going to do is the top one and the bottom one first, and then center the middle one between them. Does that make sense? The key thing is making sure these sides all line up together. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yes, I got it. So now this one I'm just going to kind of make it in the middle between these two as best I can. There we go. So there's that. And now on this one I'm going to do the same thing, but on this side of the card instead of the left, on the right side. Left side instead of right side. Oh, there we go. Might give myself a little bit more of a border on those two sides. There we go. And then the middle one, I hope I have, yep, I do, good. And there we go. Okay, those are done. And now you should have a piece of twine inside one of your envelopes. Actually, mine is cut in half, so you either have one long piece or two shorter pieces. I'm not sure which. But I'm going to start down here at the bottom, because this is where I'm going to have my knot. And I'm going to give myself a little extra for the knot. And then I'm going to go down at this end. I'm going to go underneath, like you're weaving, over top, underneath. Now I'm going to bring it back over top, underneath, over top, flip it around, underneath, over the top. And you don't have to get this super tight just yet. And I hope I have enough. I should. I measured. And just enough. Okay, I gave myself too long of a tail on this side. So what I'm going to do is pull that. This would be easier with this. Pull down here. There we go. And go back under again because I pulled it out. Over, under, over, under, over, and then I need to tie a knot. You don't have to tie a bow. You don't have enough to tie a bow. So you're just going to tie this in a knot on that bottom square. This would be a little easier if I had someone here to hold the center of my string. Stay. And come on. I can do this. I can do it. I can. I want this tight. Come on. Tight. There we go. All right, I've got my string on there. And then you can spread this out a little bit if you want, or you can have it close to each other. I kind of liked it close in like that. And kind of gave it the look of a basket weave. And then I'm going to trim my ends. So there's that one. And let's do this one here. And again, I'm going to do it on the same side. It's just going to look different because I moved that green panel. So start here, you're going to go to the bottom, go underneath, go on top, underneath, on top, under, over, and I hope I gave myself enough to tie a knot. Again, do I have enough here? I do. Okay, can I do it? Can I do it? Yes, did it. All right, pull that over. And then again, just trim your ends the way you like them. You can even take like one of your pokey tools and then put it between the fibers on that end knot and kind of unravel it, which looks kind of cool. There we go, just unravel that end piece. And then you have a few of our new brushed metallic dots. You have it in, I don't even know what you call these. We have gold, bronze, and antique gold maybe, which this is the color I sent in the kit. And I'm going to put that on this one. I'm going to put, let me see, I'm going to go with one here. And you have to kind of play with where you put your leaves as to where they're going to look the best. I think one here and, whoops, turn over. One here. I think that's what I'm going to do on this one. And then, should I go with the gold or the bronze? I'm thinking the bronze because it kind of goes really well with this Cajun Craze color. So let me grab, since I have a lot of the large ones, I'll grab one for there. Maybe one large one here. And maybe a small one. Whoops. This is always the hard part for me. Like, where do you put... Oh, you know what? I need to... No, that's good. That's a good spot for it, I think. There we go. And that is our finished cards. And each one of ours is going to look totally different. according to where you put the ink on your ink pad, where you put your leaves on here, and of course if you do like I do and you mix up that, it's going to look different. We have our envelopes to go with. I don't know where my envelope went for my original. But there you have it. That is project number 1 finished. And next week we will be back with this card here. Okay? I will see you then. Until then, God's love and blessings to you. Bye! Okay, I am so silly. I was cleaning up and realized I didn't put our little insert in the middle of the card. So, that's pretty simple. Just put your adhesive on, decide if you want your leaf on the bottom or the top, and adhere that to the inside. Easy peasy. Yeah, it's been one of those days already. There we go. But hey, my camera didn't turn off on me, so it's a good thing. That's it. Talk to you later. Bye.